Andor Episode 6 just gave us probably one of the best things in Star Wars in years. And this is one of the most thrilling, intense, and best written episodes of anything Star Wars TV. Holy shit is the Force with us today, and thank you so much, guys, for watching. If you are new here and you like talking Star Wars, I'm one of those crazy people who stay up till midnight to watch Andor, and God, am I excited to talk about this episode. So definitely want to hear your guys' thoughts down below in the comment section, as well as make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, because if you're watching this, you're probably just as crazy as me and you love talking Star Wars. So let's jump into Episode 6 of Andor, and this exactly went down how I sort of thought it would, but in a more thrilling, dynamic, edge-of-your-seat way, where I truly felt, besides Cassian Andor, that no one was safe. And in a way, this is the kick in the rebellion's ass that it needed to fire forward towards the Empire, and it was glorious. The whole build-up of building up, because the episodes 4, 5, like I said, it was build up, build up, build up. And episode 6 is that gigantic payoff, the mission, the hiking up the hill of them just moving forward as those soldiers. And once they get into that building and they jump off and it's just hand in hand, them going in, it is truly glorious. And once the execution, once the robbery kicks off, I was in full gear. Them pointing the guns, again, them taking the family hostage, them going up the elevator, taking all these other people and having to just, again, knock out, gun down people, whatever they need to do. When they go into the whole entire thing, when they actually get to the vault and take all those people hostage, then start making them round in and throwing the money into the vessel. It was impactful. And, you know, building up to there, you see this eye, these flames shooting through the sky. And to where that builds up is truly one of my favorite things in this entire episode. And all the performances were fantastic. I in particular loved that this episode never cut in between everything else going on in the galaxy and all the other characters. We only saw that at the very end, where we see the reaction to Moff, why am I saying that so stupid? But when we see Moff's reaction, and when we see, of course, Stellan Skarsgård's reaction and his laugh, and just that was such a perfect ending, and the Imperial white coat people, it was so well done into that build-off. Because as this episode builds up, and you see Vel's reaction, you see how she's a little bit nervous, she doesn't want to lose her team, and even going to Arvel Skeen and what he's kind of planning. But this team, you can see that there's more to each and every one of these characters that we learn, and as they're building into this vessel and they're loading it up, something goes wrong. Someone catches their radio, and it brings into a firefight. An intense one where, for a moment, we follow some of these characters. You don't know who's going to die. You genuinely do not know. We know Andor's going to live, but out of the rest of the group, any of them, all of them felt not safe. And we lost 2 people in that moment. And it sucked, because I like those characters, but they lost. They gave their heart to the mission. And in fact, the kid, I think his name is Karis, he's injured now. Can't walk. Probably paraplegic from the gold hitting him, which felt like that perfect, like they got out of there and then boom, hits him. They hit him with the pen, and as this is one of the most glorious sequences in all of Star Wars when it comes down to piloting, flying, and any aerial dogfights that we have seen. And I say this as a giant Mandalorian apologist. I think I freaking love The Mandalorian. It's my favorite thing that Star Wars has done in any of the Disney era. But when we talk about best written episode, best sequence, you take out the nostalgia of Ahsoka showing up, you take out the nostalgia of Luke Skywalker showing up, you take out some of the big moments with Mando and Baby Yoda, of course Grogu, and even some of the moments from Boba Fett. This rivals some of my favorite stuff from the end of Clone Wars Season 7. And I really do mean that, because genuinely, when you look at this sequence of them flying through that entire amazing shooting star type sequence, I was like literally sitting there in awe of not just the visual effects, of not just the cinematography shot in that scene, of not just the aerial combat and the TIE fighter shooting. Everything was ramping up. And I was so engaged the entire way through. And I was in shock and awe from this sequence. Genuinely shock and awe. And it is one of the most well-crafted sequences in all of this show so far, but in all of anything from Star Wars in general. I could take that moment and look at the top 15 Star Wars moments of all time, and I could make an argument for that being number 15. That's how impressed I was by that sequence. And if you're just looking at dogfight, aerial stuff, and like flying sequences in Star Wars, top 8. Top 8, easily. And that goes with all the battles, man. This was so impressive, and I loved Andor Episode 6. I think this is hands down the best episode yet. And this is only Episode 6. We still have 6 more episodes. Like, this is the halfway point. We have 6 more episodes after this. Then we have a whole other season. God, I love this. I love this episode so freaking much. And again, like I mentioned, the Force is with us. We lost some soldiers, so rest in peace to them. But I cannot wait to see where this... And the fact that Cassian had to take out Skeen, because Skeen just wanted the money, heartbreaking. Because you know, like, he's just a liar. And Ebon, I think is the actor's name. He is really good. He was great in The Bear, and he's great in this. And it sucks that he's already died. I was hoping to get a little bit more of him, but I can't wait to see more of Vel. I can't wait to see more of the characters that happen to be introduced in here. And I can't wait to see more of Diego Luna's performance in here. So freaking good. I love this episode. I love Andor so much. So thank you so much again, guys, for watching this. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe and comment down below your guys' thoughts. And of course, until next time, stay classy.